Alright, welcome back. This is SaltyMDawg. As I think I predicted last episode, we are going to try Old Burg out. Let's see here. So let's go ahead and get our map. We definitely want a map here. I like that so far all of them have been 5 silver or whatever. We're just under 1,200 silver. Just for fun, let's see what's on the cafe. I definitely think we'll get that Crucian order. If we fish for long enough. Maybe Roach, but definitely Crucian. Weren't there 2 bleak orders, by the way? Let me just check something here. This used to work, like, just kind of right over here, I think. There used to be bleak bite. Crap. Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Oh, this is a good sign. So let's just catch a few bleak. And then we'll go do what I was planning on doing, which is just fishing for a little while for Crucian and Gibbles, and maybe a few Roach down at the my favorite spot for beginners at Old Burg. When you first get here, it's a good place to fish. Now we could try maggots or flies. If this hit a pretty fast bite rate, we'll move on, but we'll see. This could be a Roach again, right? Bleak do not nibble like that usually. A Roach. Alright, so let's double check on fly. I think it's probably not worth sitting here and doing this for too long. If nothing else, just kind of showing that there are some spots here and there. If you ever have bleak orders in the cafe like we do at the moment and want to go after the cafe order, you certainly could. Yeah, there's a bleak. Man, I feel like a lot of times I don't know. A lot of times seems like fly doesn't catch Roach as much, but maybe in this spot it's going to. Ooh, there's a nice one. Let's see what these orders were before we make a final decision. So we're definitely not going to get 6 from 74, but 5 from 29. Not impossible, but let's don't do it. Let's just go check and see how the beginner spot is. Okay, so we want some groceries because on harvesting baits we're up to 18.2%. So we're not that far away. So we'll make a bunch of bread and we'll dig. And then after that, we'll be making a lot of pearl barley. All right, so we're actually going to go down here to the boot or the pond down here to fish. It's not really a pond, but it's separated by a bridge so you can kind of control. You don't get spooled as easily. You're more in control of the fish. So let's see. We'll go the old way. It's actually at this point it's probably faster to go down here, cut across and go down. But before they added this bridge, this is the way we used to go. So we're gonna use 3 feeder rods. Thanks for the follow. We're gonna go variety of baits. I love when I get follows when I'm not streaming. It's just hilarious. Actually, we'll probably mostly use bread at first. Just see how that works. Fishing during the day. You're more likely to trophy crucian and gibbles at night or overnight or early morning, but if the spot's pretty active, then during the day can be good as well. There's definitely a couple of different active bream spots, but until we get pearl barley unlocked, probably not worth putting too much effort into going for bream. But this will just be a first experience here at Old Burg. Alright, here we are. Okay. So we want to do ground bait. I'm going to do a large 1 hook with bread. Let's do a 10-meter clip. I think I undercast that one actually. We'll do a 4 on this one. Again, starting out with 10-meter clip on all 3. And then, oh, we don't have, that's so interesting. We don't have a 3rd feeder. Okay. Let's do a 5 on this one with no PVA. And we could have done worm on one too, I guess. Thought we had a nibble going on, but seems to have backed off. So let's keep digging. So this could be a sign that our large one hooks might just be too big. We'll see though. We are getting bites on the 5 and the 4. The question will be, what size do they start coming in at? That's pretty healthy, and that's a roach actually. Like that. So I really like this spot. We're at 4720 F8 on the bridge facing the pond or boot area. And again, one of the main draws, not only is this an active fishing spot typically, nice little gibble, it also, if you happen to run into a carp or something, if you want to be patient and fight the fish, chances are you can avoid getting spooled because the fish will swim away from you and just end up getting stuck in the corner of this pond, basically. Don't love how that's sitting there. And now, all right, first bite on the large one hook. Also a gibble. And now we're just kind of chilling. Points on bread will come few and far between, but if we can get just a few, it'll definitely help shorten the amount of time we got to wait till pearl barley. So worth trying. And then we also, I think, have ingredients to make a couple more stacks of ground bait. One thing I didn't think about was leveling up ground bait to be able to more aggressively go for bream. It's usually something I do at the same time as I'm doing harvesting baits, but I don't know, we'll see. The other thing we could have done is making potato cubes, I guess. Not necessary, but we could have. I think we definitely want to start tinkering with these a little bit, see if there's a way to increase the bite rate. Smaller hook sizes, maybe switch to worm or something else on one of them. Pearl barley would probably work really well. We just haven't unlocked that yet. Ooh, like to see those red worms. We are at 19.3. I mean, we're getting there. Ooh, 19.5. Alright, this one's actually catching fish, so I kind of want to keep this one the same. Oh, maybe this first one will actually catch a fish, because I want to put a smaller hook on this one for sure. And maybe switch this one to worm. Yeah, the charm of this spot is that you should be able to get a really nice bite, right? If it's this slow, it's probably not worth it. So we just need to figure out how to make it a little better. We'll start with this one since that first one seemed to have a nibble on there. All right, so this got a 4. Let's go down to a 14. I am going to keep bread for now, though. So got a 14. This one has a 5. That's too big as well. All right, so 14 worms, and let's set this up old school. Which means we might want to change the clip to 11, to be honest. All right, we're getting a little better bite rate now, maybe. $19.7. We are getting close. All right. Can't believe we had not had a Chinese sleeper yet. All right, did we want to change this one as well? Oh, we already changed this one. Let's do 11 clip. And I guess we'll just keep this one the way it is. Almost a kilo. This one's got a 5. I didn't change the clip on that one. Can't pull it too soon. Actually, let's do the bread first. 19.9. There it is. All right, it's a big moment. Big moment. All right. Gonna go ahead and make one thing of pearl barley so we can throw pearl barley on this one. Okay, let's finish making the bread in case we get another, point before we go any higher with the pearl barley. It's tough. Bread fades away. We have a lot of bread left. Alright, first fish on pearl barley. Nice crucian. Yeah, it seems like bread's the slow one, right? Thinking about ditching bread completely. So 2 pearl barley, 1 worms. See how this seems. Alright, now I wish we'd gotten a ton more pearl barley. We could have leveled it up even more. Let's just try a few more times on bread. I don't know how likely it is to get another 0.1 or whatever, but oh, there we go. That paid off. There we go. So still possible. Alright, we'll finish bread off, I think, before we make any more pearl barley. Might as well. Hey, it's a tench. So pearl barley opening us up to the possibility of tench. Kind of like that. Oh, I love it. 20.7. I can't remember. Is there something else we can make it 25, or is it skipped to 30 right now? It doesn't really matter. We need so much pearl barley. And pearl barley is very cheap compared to some of the later stuff. That you're kind of okay either way, but Whoa, that's a big crucian. Not quite trophy, but 1.5 kilos. And what size hook is that? 14? Oh, that fish dropped off. Catch some sleepers. Grats on level 12. Fudgy. Alright. Decent little gibble. Bite rate really picking up right now. Kind of gotten dialed in here on baits, hook sizes, time of day. Everything's going pretty well. Leveling stuff up. What has a fish on there? Okay. Apparently it was that one. Almost out of bread. Ooh, 21.1. So glad we made a few more with bread. Maybe another tench. No? Really nice gibble. That is getting there. That is getting there. All right. Okay. $22.5 on bottom. Paternoster is going to be open before you know it. Is that a first marker tench? Yep. Actually, both of the baits we're using, pearl barley and worms, will sometimes catch tench. Okay, so now we just make pearl barley. We only have a few more bags to make right now, but when we can, we'll stock up on a bunch of bags. And I'll check if it's 25 or 30 that we're going to. We're getting points every time on pearl barley, it looks like. Which is great. So we're already up to 23%. Fish on. Another tench. So, our weekly tench, any of them happen to be caught at Old Burg? Yes. Maggots. Cheese. So when cheese is working, that's always nice. Although you can also get hit by carp. Especially grass carp. But could be worth throwing in some cheese here and just seeing how the tench respond. Maggots as well, I guess. Kind of curious how maggots would do compared to the worms. Maggots also will match up with roach, even crucian gibble sometimes, so it could be fine. We're up to 32 fish. You're not killing it silver-wise or EXP-wise in a spot like this, but typically you're catching a lot of fish once you get dialed in. It's a good way to level up bait harvesting because you're just waiting on feeders. Ground bait because you're fishing with feeders, so you're going through ground bait. All that kind of stuff. So good spot for a lot of this, and you're catching multiple species of fish, so you may get lucky on 2 or 3 cafe orders. And I would argue that like fishing a spot like this during the day is much more advantageous than just sitting on a bream spot all day. Really only worth fishing for bream in the late afternoon, overnight hours, and then stopping around 8 a.m., 9 a.m. at the latest. And then you can at least go make a few more silver, catch a couple cafe orders or something here, like in this spot. So a good thing to pair with bream fishing. It may not feel like you're earning that much silver during the day, but if you get some cafe orders, then it's just icing on the top of the cake of bream, and also just a chance to level up bottom fishing some more. And dig on the lucky dock. 23.2. So let's check the bait harvesting. We can also do oatmeal now, which we could do, 2 or 3 stacks of oatmeal. We don't need that much oatmeal, and it's more expensive to make than pearl barley. And it looks like we're only going to 25% in terms of, and we'll make some sweet dough, and then semolina to 35, and then garlic dough to cheese. Garlic dough to cottage cheese dough. And actually, pea porridge and cottage cheese dough both good, so sort of splitting our way between the two. And then egg dough all the way till fish fillet prep. So really the path from here, I mean, there's a lot of steps to it, and it will cost some silver, but it just breaks down really nicely. I think if we fish in this spot long enough, by the way, we will hit our first trophy. We are flirting with trophies on some of these gibbles. This is on maggots. Is this going to be a tench? Yeah. So maybe worth having. That's a nice tench too. Those are pretty decent. A lot more silver for a decent tench than a crucian gibble roach. So if maggots doesn't do too bad during off hours, then it's a good option. There's another tench. Tench are just very streaky. So if you're using something that only catches tench, or mostly tinch, then that's just going to be too slow for this kind of situation. But if maggot does okay otherwise, then it can work out good. 23.1 on bottom, and switch ground bait. We definitely want to go ahead and get our another feeder basket for this third rod. Yeah, so maggot also caught gibble. It's good to see. And maggots are very cheap. I mean, it's true it's not one of the baits that we're making, but it's still very cheap. So, next time we fish at Old Burg, we actually can try bream now that we've unlocked pearl barley. Bream seem to be doing pretty well on pearl barley at the moment. We could go catch a couple bream just to test it out now. See how it seems. Your chair squeaking.
Is it a lot?
Just when you're going back and forth. It's fine. Alright, let's try this pearl barley. We'll keep ground bait on there even though it's not bream ground bait. That's the one thing we're missing out on by leaving this spot, is we might have hit a trophy here. But we're not going to go for too much longer, so let's just go cast it at the bream spot just for a couple minutes. See if we get a couple decent ones so we can compare bream prices to everything else we've caught. Alright, let's go back the other way. So I showed you one way coming in, all the way around. This time we're going to go back over to this other bridge we can cross over. And go look at one of the bream spots that are active right now. I think pea porridge is actually what people are using down at the spot we were just fishing at to actually target the trophy crucian and gibbles. So we'll see how active that spot still is for trophies once we unlock pea porridge, if I remember. But if you already have pea porridge, I believe that's what trophy crucian gibbles are responding the best to right now. So let's see, what did I say? 51.42. So obviously this gets better once we unlock bream ground bait. And we can start leveling up the ground bait pretty aggressively if we want to. We just sort of want to be casting out like this, I think. Perfect. So that's got a large one hook on it. Sure, we'll do large one hook on two of them. Wait, did I switch the wrong one? Oh yeah, that still has a 14, so we'll switch that to a different size. And then, since we don't have a feeder basket, we'll do an 8 on this one. Still 15-meter clip. Now we could, first of all, I think you can hit the cafe from Oh, it's over here, isn't it? It's in this corner up here. Right? Alright, so obviously we did not get there on Bleak. Roach. Ooh, that's a big roach order. We'd have had to... My goodness, we barely got it. So that's 30 silver for the Crucian. We'll take that. Okay. Question is, what level can we actually make Bream? So 15% lets us use Pearl Barley, which that helps, but that's not fully it. There it is. 30% lets us do Bream. Yeah, so we need to be 30% in making ground bait, which we'll see. I mean, if we're gonna chase that, we'll start leveling that next time. But I don't want to lose too much focus on leveling bait harvesting. All right, so far very slow bite rate for us without that Bream ground bait. There is another active spot as well we can try, but it's a little surprising that we don't have a bite yet. I think the two spots that happen to be active right now that I know of, at least for Bream, are the two that are most commonly active or have been fairly recently. This one doesn't seem to be on fire at the moment, but again, you know, couple of things that we're not doing. We're not using Bream ground bait. We also might see a slight improvement when we unlock Paternoster versus basic bottom rig. We should definitely come down off of the large one hook just to get a better bite rate, but 14 should be pretty good. And we're not catching a single one. Very unusual. Kind of want to give it a couple minutes before we give up though. I'm going to move one of these out to 20. Actually, I don't think I've ever... It's rare that I do it past 18 here, so we'll do 18. Just see if we can't figure out a bite. This is actually shocking to me. Unless this spot has just sort of suddenly fallen off dramatically. Well. Oh, there we go. Finally. Let's see if it's a bream. I guess next time we'll try the other spot first. This is just so slow. It's not even a bream. I mean, they haven't dramatically changed their bait preference, right? No? And at least one of those was caught today. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, we'll see. I guess let me know if you've been fishing this bream hole, if you're still getting bream out of it, or if it has died off for you as well. But that was shocking, actually. That spot's usually pretty reliable, and with spots on VK about that spot lately, the fact that we had only one white bream is bizarre. Alright, let's don't forget about a third feeder. We'll do a cheap one again for now. And let's double check cafe. Yeah, there's nothing else. So how did we do? What was it? 30.6 plus 34. So again, not great silver, but a ton of fish, a ton of leveling up opportunities, and chances to hit other cafe orders that just happen to not be up right now. But we are up to 1,222 silver again, so we'll take that. And there is Old Burg Part 1. We got some more stuff to figure out, but at least we jumped in and got started. All right, tight lines, everybody. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.